is the last thing that you would want. I talked about this a little bit with my Diamond Lane group this morning because a question came up, and so let's talk about it. Let's talk about how you don't even want to be perfect. A lot of people get paralyzed by like being a perfectionist and everything needs to be exactly right. You don't even want it to be exactly right. Like it shouldn't be. We'll get into that though. You won't be successful if you need it to be exactly right. Let me tell you. Let me burp first on camera. Why not? And then tell you that it shouldn't be right. Okay. So first things second. If you are watching this on the YouTubes, do make sure that you click on the subscribe button and also the bell so you get notified when new videos come on. If you are not watching this on YouTube, what you're going to want to do is after the video, you're going to want to go to YouTube. You're going to want to subscribe. Look for my first and last name. Subscribe to the channel. Click on the bell so you get notified when new videos come on. The reason that I don't tell you to just get notified by Facebook is because Facebook is notoriously terrible for letting you know when people are live, okay? So let's just use YouTube because they're great at it. You'll get a notification on your phone. I'm notified that I'm live. I mean, how good is that, right? Okay. I'm going to get this off of here. Everybody, the first thing I want you to do is tag your perfectionist friends. Tag your friends who try to do things and then get stuck in doing them exactly right, okay? This might be your whole friends list. It's the thing, and that's all right. All right, you guys. Francis, good morning. Darlene, good morning. Oh, Darlene had the best event this last weekend, you guys. It's the one that I was speaking at near Houston. It was a transformation rally, and man, was it good. Darlene can throw an event like nobody's business. Brandy, good morning. Vaughn is already tagging folks. Catherine, happy Monday. My gosh, happy Monday to you. I love Mondays. I didn't used to say that when I was, in corporate America and stuck to a desk and stuff. I didn't used to say that I love Mondays, and now I just love them because Mondays is where things happen. Things start happening. Like you take a break on the weekend and everybody needs it. Like we all need downtime, right? But Mondays are where like, okay, the gears are rolling again. We're going to start doing some stuff. So I already had an email from my publicist this morning letting me know that I'm going to have a sample of the idea book here pretty soon, like the different questions. It'll basically be like a book where you put your ideas. So anytime you follow me, you're going to have ideas. Okay, you guys? It's like a byproduct of following me. It just happens. So you're going to have ideas. And then on the second page, you're going to have all the questions that I ask myself that I run the idea through to be able to see if it's viable and if it should be done now, if it should be done later, and yada, yada, yada. And then you move on, okay? It helps with project management. So you're not like, try to do all the things at once, right? Oh my gosh, so many of you. Good morning. Darlene, thank you. Darlene, thank you. You seriously gave us the best weekend. Courtney. Martha, I'm sitting here working on perfectionism topic for my new podcast for dancers, Divine Timing for some great wisdom. Oh my gosh. Isn't that cool how that works? I love that. Oh, man. Oh, Diane. Hey, good morning from SoCal. Just waking up and love starting my day with Martha's pep talk. Here we go. We're doing this thing. Brand, ooh, yes. Yes. Right? Okay, let's talk. So I don't have notes. There was I usually don't have notes. If anything, I have bullet points. If I say 5 ways to this, 3 ways to this, it just means I have bullet points that are written down. The 3 bullet points, right? If I don't have that, I don't have any notes at all. Let's talk about that. So from a perfectionist standpoint, whenever I used to go live, years ago, I used to have everything figured out first, okay? I used to have to know exactly what I needed to say, exactly how it was going to come out. I had not only a point, written out, but I had sub points, and I had everything was figured out because I didn't want to look like an idiot, right? Well, that might be okay in the beginning, just to get you used to, having like a safety net of like, oh yeah, those are my words, right? Those are my words. That's what I'm going to talk about. But here's the thing. Whenever we get into perfectionism and needing things to be just so, what are we actually doing? Like, really think about it. What are we actually doing? It's a control mechanism, right? And in order to not look stupid, we have to control all of the things. If we're controlling all of the things, who's not? Okay, right? If we're controlling every single thing that happens, there's no miracles that seep through on that, right? There's no room for it. Because we're saying, well, there's this and there's this and there's this, and we make it exactly the way it needs to be. Well, I mean, can we agree we're human and we're short-sighted? All of us, right? The miracles can't happen unless you allow the room for the miracles to happen, okay? So, like, even in this, like, I have no notes at all. I have the title of the video. And then what I do, you guys, is my prayer every morning whenever I wake up is make me a Moses. And what that means to me is give me the words to say. Give me the words to say so they're going to land on someone's heart the way they're supposed to land on someone's heart in order for them to be able to experience transformation. That's really what it is, right? So that's one side of perfectionism. So let's look at that. And that's our side of perfectionism. Now let's look at it from a different perspective altogether. The other reason that we don't want to be perfect, the thing that somebody asked this morning in Diamond Lane, where she was specifically talking about backgrounds. Okay, so she was just talking about video backgrounds. And she was like, she called it out in herself that she was being a perfectionist about it. And she was like, preach to me right now. she was like, I know, tell me I'm wrong, right? Like, that was pretty much the energy behind it. And whenever we're like, framing up our videos and stuff like that, you guys, if we're too perfect and polished in anything that we do, we lose something extremely important, and that's accessibility, okay? So if we're too perfect and polished on video, if we're too perfect and polished in person, if we're too put together, then people can't see themselves in us. Because nobody's perfect, right? They can't, like, I show up like that, like I'm wearing this hoodie almost every day. Okay? Does anybody else have jackets that they wear every day? This is like my Mr. Rogers sweater. It comes on as soon as I get home. It goes with me to restaurants just in case it gets cold. It's just that hoodie for me, right? And I wear like tank tops, and I haven't brushed my hair today, and I have a little bit of makeup on from yesterday, okay? Like, any mom watching me right now is going to be like, I could show up like that. I could probably do that, right? My ministry in this world is to show up in a way that I can show you can be massively successful, and you can serve people, and you can just be who you are. All of those things, and none of that leaves room for being perfect. If I had to be perfect, this is something that I say a lot, you guys. If I had to be like one of the Instagram moms who has like, you know, their hair always looks great, and she's like, the hat's on, right? They're standing in the middle of the field. Their kids never look like they're arguing. They're always just little cherubs, you know, eating food and not getting it on themselves, right? If I had to show up as that woman every day, because you need to show up every day, consistency builds trust with you and your audience and your community if you're not showing up every day. If I can't show up, if I'm trying to show up as her, that character, and I can't show up as her every day, then I've already lost it. It's not sustainable, okay? If I have to feel like up as her every day, then I've already lost it. It's not sustainable, okay? If I have to feel like I have to put on my makeup and look nice and da-da-da-da, then it's not sustainable for me. I'm not going to do it, okay? The first time that I broke free of that whole mindset was the very first time that I went live without makeup on. I remember this has been like, maybe it's been 3 years ago now. But I went live, public Facebook page, and now I'm live everywhere with like smeared makeup. But public Facebook page, I went live without makeup. And it was where I broke the paradigm. I crushed the paradigm of perfection. Because before that, I had to look good. Had to look good, had to look good, had to look put together. Couldn't show up every day because of that, okay? Because I didn't want to put on makeup. So then, well, I guess I'm not doing a video today. Well, then I'm not talking to my people, right? So that day that I went live without makeup, it was really scary. I felt like I was going to get judged. Yes, I 100% used a filter. Okay? If it's right there, I'm going to use it, right? But it broke the shackles of perfectionism. Because I got so much feedback from people that were like, because my video was also about showing up without makeup on and showing up